Good morning, students. Let us start with chapter number 16, Water, a precious resource. Why it is said to be precious? Because water is very important for the survival of all the living things. Without water, there will be no life. We use water for our daily activities, and also water is very important in the process of digestion, in maintaining the body temperature, and also all the cellular activity is carried out with the help of water. Water is very important for both plants and animals. Water exists in abundance on our planet Earth. There are three forms of water: ice, that is solid state, and when this ice melts, it turns into liquid state, and when we heat water, on heating the water, there will be formation of steam, or we can say the water vapor, which changes into steam on heating. So this is the third form of water. We can call it as a gaseous change, or you are aware of the term water cycle. It is a continuous circulation of water in nature, and to carry out the process of water cycle, three important process plays an important role for the continuous of the water cycle, and because of that we get rain. The first process is evaporation, in which there is a conversion of liquid to vapor on heating by the heat of the sun. Next is followed by condensation, in which this water vapor, when rises up, condenses into droplets, and then these droplets accumulate and form clouds, that we call it as precipitation. Also, the process of transpiration by plants plays an important role to get plenty of rain. In plant body, if the water is excess, it is thrown out in the form of water vapor through the stomata, which is present in the leaves, and this water vapor also help us in the formation of clouds, and then there is a possibility of getting enough rain. We all know the various uses of water. It is for agricultural, that is 70% of water is used in agricultural purposes. For domestic use 22%, and in industrial, for domestic use it is 8%, and for industrial uses it is 22%. In farming, the fields are necessary, the fields need water, and so the irrigating the fields through canals, pipelines, and also some modern technique is applied, that is drip irrigation. And due to drip irrigation, we can save water. Nearly 60% of Indian population depends on agriculture for their living and uses nearly 90% of all water for irrigation. The percentage of water differs in living organisms, such as tree has 60%, tomato consists of 90% of water, and in elephant body there is 80% of water. For household work or domestic use, water is used for cooking, bathing, cleaning, washing, and so on. Water is supplied by the municipality or from wells or pools. The municipal water supply and sewage treatment plant, as you can see in the diagram, there is a water purification plant where water gets purified and is supplied to the houses with the help of pipes. And you can see the buildings From the buildings, the wastewater which comes out reaches to the sewage plant where it is again purified and cleansed, and this pure water is again used for various purposes. For industrial use, they use water as a raw material, as solvent, coolant, and for making electricity. Coolant, a liquid that is used for cooling a machine. Solvent, any substance that can dissolve is a solvent. Sources of water in the form of rain or snow. It provides fresh water to our planet Earth. Most of the fresh water returns to the oceans through rivers flowing across the globe. Various sources of water can be divided into two main categories: surface water, underground water, or subsoil. Surface water that is present on the surface of the earth is called surface water. It can be classified into three: rainwater, river and lake water, sea and ocean water. Rainwater. It is the purest form of water. Why? Because as the water from seas and rivers evaporate to form water vapor under the heat of the sun, it leaves behind all the impurities. When precipitation occurs, the first showers dissolve certain gases present in air and also bring suspended impurities with it. Rain and lake water. The water in these water bodies comes either from rainfall or melting of snow on the mountains. Sea and ocean water. Oceans are a huge store of water. Millions of liters of water is present in them, but the water is salty and is not fit for any domestic or agricultural use. Underground water or subsoil water. Groundwater is the water under the ground where the soil is completely filled or saturated with water. Rainwater seeps through topsoil and layers of rocks like limestone, sand, and gravel gets collected on the top of non-porous layers. The top level of this underground water is called water table. Underground water is called an aquifer. Underground water or aquifer, as you can see in the figure, the topmost layer is said to be as water table and the lowermost layer is called as confined aquifer. Here is the picture of dam where the rainwater is stored for the future use. Scarcity of water is defined as a situation where there is insufficient water to satisfy normal requirements. Though water is a renewable resource, the factors of scarcity of water are: first, increasing population; second, increasing industries; third, agricultural activities; fourth, deforestation. Water scarcity will result in insufficient plant growth, decreased food production, and famine. Some causes of water scarcity are: uncontrolled use of borewell technology for extracting groundwater, pollution of fresh water resources, no effective measures for water conservation. Effects of water scarcity on plants. You must have seen potted plants wilting and ultimately drying up if they did not get water even for a few days. Plants need water to get nutrients from the soil to prepare their food. So just imagine the consequences if water is not available to plants. The effects of water scarcity on plants are stunted growth, decreased food production, and famine. How to conserve water? We can avoid the wastage of water by repairing the leaking taps immediately, by watering the plants by applying some modern techniques. Conservation of water. Households can save water by promptly fixing the leaks. Recycling of water is very important by improving the methods of irrigating the fields. And lastly, the rainwater harvesting will really help us to conserve and save water for the future use.